Hello everyone, Naushad here. In this tutorial we'll see how to detect users' location change in Xamarin Forms application. Before we dive into the coding, let's see a little demo what we will be implementing. So on our application, if we change the location manually, we should be able to see the map moving to the user's current location. So as you could see, the location has been updated. If we try that again and change back to an initial location, and the location has been changing as we change the location here. So on a practical world, we would be using this function when the driver is moving from one location to another location. Then we want to tell the server that the location of the driver has been updated, so we could store his new location on the database. So if we change the location again, see, the map updates itself. So the same code on Android looks like this. So if we send a new location to our map, that should update itself. Change the value here so you see a better difference. So that was it. Let's dive into the code. So let's create a new Xamarin Forms application. We give it a name, location update app. Click next, create. So the project has been created. We need to add few permission on our Android.manifest file. So we need to select access to find location and access to course location. We save it, and on iOS, let's add the permission to our info.plist. So on our Xamarin Forms map page, copy and paste this line of code for the permission. And one more thing we need to do on Android, we need to have runtime permission. So if we go down on the map page, somewhere it says, so here copy this line of code on the main activity.cs. Again, I've showed you how to do that on my map initialization tutorial, so if you struggle it, just follow that tutorial. And inside the onCreate method, so the runtime permission has been added on main activity.cs as well. Let's go to our shared project and add a new interface called iLocation update service, and it's an empty interface. Click new. So inside this interface we'll be having a void method get user location, and also we having an event handler called event handler that takes an I location event args, and we call it location changed. So we need to create this event args here too. So we would say public interface I location event args, and that takes double latitude and double longitude. So that's it, done on our shared project. Now we need to implement this interface on our platform specific projects. So let's do that. Let's first add that service on our Android. We add a new class called location update service. So location update service, that's a class. In our location update service class, we need to give a definition for our event arg class as well. So it's a public class, location event args, which derives from the I location event args. So we simply say implement interface, and we don't want to throw any exception. So we just only have the getters and setters. So this is done. Inside our location update service, we don't need a constructor. We inherit from java.lang.object from I location update service, and also from I location summary. So let's implement the interface using android.location. Also implement the iLocation interface methods. So let's see how we could use the location manager class to retrieve users' current location. So in order to use this location manager class, we need to get a reference to the location manager service. We also need to implement the iLocation listener interface methods, and we need to request for a location update from a specific provider. Also, we need to stop updates when we no longer need that. So let's jump into the code behind. We need to, for the for the location update service, we need to derive that from java.lang.object from location update service from our shared code, and also location listener, LISTNER. So let's implement these interfaces. For the location listener, we need to inherit from the location service. Also, we need to implement these methods. So inside this get user location, we want to give a reference to the location manager service, and also we request for a location update. So we need to pass in a current context to retrieve the user's location. The best solution for that is inside our main activity. Let's define a public static context using Android.content, and inside onCreate method we say context is equal to so you say context equal to this or application context, and to use this we could simply say main activity dot context dot get system service, and let's using Android content. So that's it for getting users current location. So this location manager dot request location updates takes 4 parameter: the provider, in our case we are using the GPS provider, the minimum time, we don't say, in 0 milliseconds, minimum distance is 0, and the listener is this class. So from this iLocation listener, inside this onLocation change method, whenever the location change, we need to tell our event handler that the location has been changed, and we need to raise an event. So let's create a method for the event handler, event handler of type I location event args, and that takes our I location update service dot location changed, and we need to add location changed is equals to value, and also we need to remove location changed as equals to value. So inside this onLocation changed method, if location is not null, we need to raise location changed event that takes two parameter, the current class who's raising this event and the event args. So we say args, but this args we haven't created yet, so we need to create location event args equals to new location event args, and that takes latitude is equals to location dot latitude, and longitude is equals to location dot longitude. So that's it done for the Android platform specific implementation. So what we did first, we have given a definition for the event arg class, and also for the location update service we are inheriting from our iLocation update service and the iLocation listener. We've given a definition for the event handler location change, and inside the get user location method we are using the location manager to retrieve user's current location using the GPS provider. And whenever the location change inside the onLocationChange method, if the location is not null, we want to raise this location changed event passing this current class and also passing the event args data, which is the latitude and longitude. So now let's implement the code for the iOS location update service, location update service.cs, and I'll simply copy and paste few codes. That's easier. We have to give a class definition for the iLocation event args. We don't need any constructor, and we are basically deriving that from the iLocation update service. We simply implement the interface, and we could copy and paste this definition for the event handler method location change. So to get user's current location in iOS, we'll be using the CL location manager to retrieve user current location. So let's do that. First, let's initialize CL location manager, let's import using core location, and okay, I've missed something on our iOS Android implementation. I have got to define the variable here. And also for the garbage collection, we need to say location update service. Location manager dot remove updates and pass in the current context. So we don't use any additional memory when we are not using it. So back to our iOS implementation. So location manager is equal to new CL location manager. Also we pass in desired accuracy equals to CL location dot accuracy best, and distance filter is equals to CL location distance dot filter now. So now we need to subscribe to location manager location updated plus equals to object sender and C and location update event args. Location update event args E. So it's a variable locations is equal to E dot locations location event args is equals to new location event args. So location event args equal to new location event args. Latitude equal to locations curly bracket locations dot length minus 1 dot coordinate dot latitude comma longitude equals to location dot length minus 1 dot coordinate dot longitude, and we want to raise location changed event, again passing this current context and our args. And for the garbage collection, location update service location manager dot stop updating location. So stop updating location. Also need to subscribe to location manager dot authorization changed event. So that takes object sender CL authorization event that's E. So if E dot status is equals to CL authorization status dot authorization when in use, to say location manager dot start updating location. Start updating location. So that's it done for the iOS implementation as well. So the first thing we did, we added this definition for the iLocation event arc class. For the location update service, we are implementing from our base iLocation update service. We are initializing the location manager class, also giving a definition for the event arc location changed, and inside our get user location we are using the CL location manager class, giving it a desired accuracy of best and distant filter none, and we also subscribing to the location manager location updated event handler. So whenever the location changed, we want to get the location and raise this location changed event. So let's see how we could use this on our shared project, how we could call this method. So inside main page.xaml.cs, get rid of this level, users location, let's copy paste wise, we call it let, this one for the mock. Get name x colon name is equals to let, and we give a name for this level to LNG. So inside main page.xaml.cs, let's initialize iLocation update service lock, and let's override on appearing. So on appearing we need to say, actually we need to use our DependencyService dot get, and we need to get iLocation update service. So location changed is equal to vendor location arts. So for the let, we would like to let.text. Maybe simply say args dot latitude dot to string, and for long dot text is equals to args dot longitude dot to string. Also, we need to get lock dot get user location. That's done. Inside, also when override on disappearing, like to say lock is equals to null. So that's done. One final thing was when we call this dependency service for Android, it would come in this class and look for an implementation. So we say simply assembly dependency type of and our class name location update service. Using Xamarin.Forms. Also for iOS, we need to tell that we are using this dependency service. Xamarin Forms also iOS. So that's done. Hopefully if we run the code, that should give us the user's current location. So we need to allow the location to be used. See the user location, if we try to change it here and send a new location, that should update there too, so it's working here. Let's check the same code on iOS just to make sure everything is working fine. On iOS, I think we have missed one more method call, which is location manager dot request when in authorization. So run the code again, that should solve the problem. Allow while using app. There's something wrong in our iOS code. Let's figure that out. Oops. Here we go. Okay, found the problem. Inside our location update service.cs, if the status is equals to authorized when is used, this has to be location manager.start updating location. So if we run the code, see, we are retrieving user's location. If we change the location and send it, that should update it here too. So that was it for this tutorial. A quick recap on what we did. To begin with, we have declared interface iLocationUpdateService that has a void method of getUserLocation and the event handler location changed. This event handler takes iLocation event args. So we do have another interface for iLocation event args that has two attributes, double latitude and double longitude. And for platform specific implementation inside our Android application, we are giving a definition for the location event arg class, inheriting from the iLocation event args. And for the location update service, we are inheriting from the java.lang.object, and from this iLocation update service, and also from iLocation listener. So this is the implementation for the location change event handler. We are initializing the location manager. For the get user location, we are using the location manager class to retrieve the user's current location. This is for the garbage collector to destroy the memory when the app is not in use. And this on location change method, this comes from this iLocation listener. If the location is not null, we want to raise this location change event, passing this class and the event argument. And for the iOS implementation, this implementation for the event args is the same. We are also inheriting from the iLocation update service. We are initializing the location manager, CL location manager. The implementation for the location changed event handler is the same, so you could just copy and paste. Inside this get user location, we are initializing the location manager, and we are subscribing to the location manager.location updated. And if the location gets updated, we want to raise this location changed event from our code. Also, when the location.authorization changed, we want to raise this method location manager.start updating location. And for the garbage collection, we want to save memory when the app is not in use. Inside the main page.xaml, we had two vertical option center. So that would bring everything down to the middle of the page. Reiterate. So inside main page xaml.cs, we have initialized our location service location, and we have inside the onAppearing method initialized the location using the dependency service, and we are subscribing to the location change event handler, also calling the location.get user location. So now that we know how to detect users location change in our Xamarin Forms application, whenever the location change inside our map application, we could move our map to the changed location using the map span class. So I leave that for you to do. You could check my other tutorials on how to use location inside Xamarin Forms map application. But if you still do have any problem, you could write me on comments. And if you have liked this video, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I should see you on my next tutorial with some other cool Xamarin Forms features. Till then, bye bye. Thank you.